Hello guys, this is Shadrishan and I help people go beyond. Today I have a very interesting topic for you to study, how to train your intuition. A few videos ago, where I talked about the Miracle Girl movie, I mentioned how everyone has their innate spiritual abilities and how they are pretty much suppressed. One that everyone shares is intuition. Intuition is when you receive some information from out of nowhere in your mind. The difference between intuition and a thought is that intuition is sudden and subtle. Do you remember those moments where you lost something, then you let it go, and suddenly after a while there is an inner knowing, you realize you left that thing in the place you have in your mind right now? You let go of your thoughts and you allowed something to flow through you that showed the solution to a problem. Well, sure, you may be mistaken that something you considered as an intuition actually wasn't. What if you are watching a new movie where you aren't even thinking about the story and suddenly a potential spoiler pops up in your mind that seems unlikely to happen, yet it happens? That sounds like an intuition. As you gain more experience, the better you will distinguish between both. Meanwhile, you will practice and observe. By applying these strategies I'm about to share, you will tap into this with more clarity, and who knows how far you will get. I say intuition can be compared to a situation where you are with your friends and suddenly someone comes by and whispers you something. In this analogy, the friends relate to your mind, your thoughts, and the whisper is the intuition. So if your friends won't shut their mouths, and the whisper isn't exactly very loud, how can you even perceive it? For that you need to ask your friends to be quiet. They are there, you love them very much, but you don't have to listen to them all the time. It's like those group chats on WhatsApp, Discord, Facebook. There's a conversation happening every hour of the day, and the notifications keep popping up, the sounds ringing. You'll mute that chat if it was being overactive, right? Same logic applies to intuitions. You need to learn how to mute your mind. That's not an easy task because muting your mind is like a drug addict trying to stop consuming cocaine, for example, except it may be, at some degree, even worse, because it's something you probably have done nearly your whole life. When our hearts are broken, we seek refuge to the mind. No one can hurt us inside our minds, hence the consecutive thoughts trying to escape the harshness of the outside world, but it's fine. The mind shouldn't be demonized, it's a very useful tool, but we are not our mind, and our mind doesn't own us. Take control! I recommend reading a very important book, probably the most important one you will ever read, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. You can also watch his teachings on YouTube, but the book is way more meaningful. It teaches you to be present. It teaches you that being in your mind isn't presence, because being in the mind requires us to be linked to past or future situations. But the time we are living is the now. It seems hard to conceptualize all of this, and it's even harder to apply the teachings, but I assure you, once you do, life will feel different. That's because you will have more peace, you will be more quiet, and that's priceless. With that, you make room for things to come up. Being relaxed is the opposite of being contracted. Contraction is resistance. See an electrical circuit. A resistor limits the flow of electricity going through the circuit. In this situation, the intuition is the electricity trying to flow through you. If your circuit, has way too many resistors, then it will be hard for it to flow there. This not only applies to thoughts, but also to other things. We will get there next. So, thoughts are a form of resistance. But that's not the only type of resistance. One way of decreasing the resistance is by drinking water. Yeah, water. Roughly 70% of the human body is made of water. You are aware about water conducting electricity? Water also responds to nearby vibrations. It's very sensitive to that. So the better hydration your body has, the more sensitive it is to vibrations. Everything is a vibration. Intuition isn't an exception. You can't really measure intuitions with a device, but you get the point. You need a functional mind, body and spirit to be able to receive and perceive. And speaking of perception, there's a certain gland that is known to link the physical world to the spiritual realms. That's the pineal gland. I heard the pineal gland is the first part of the body to become calcified. That explains why barely no one can fully tap into the spiritual worlds in their own unique way. Remember, calcifications relate to something solid. If it's solid, that means it isn't liquid. A fluid vibrates with more intensity than something solid. So there you go, there's another layer of resistance found. How do you break through calcifications? Here's some practical tips. You can take high dose vitamin K2 in MK4 form combined with high dose magnesium. You can make or buy magnesium oil and put in your skin. Research the connection between vitamin K2, magnesium and vitamin D3 because they are all linked. You can take magnesium alone but not vitamin K2. Same for vitamin D3. If you do, you may make things worse. So yeah, first be sure you know what you are doing and then take action. If you don't want supplements, you can consume fermented foods for vitamin K2 and almonds soaked in water and a pinch of salt overnight for magnesium. I mentioned vitamin D3. Yeah, you know what that means. Go outside and take some sun. While you are in nature, you are avoiding EMFs from your devices. Those may interfere with receiving intuitions. I say it can be an interference in the same degree as thoughts. I recommend practicing the act of grounding to discharge any EMFs to the earth. I will leave some links in the description about some of these topics. Regarding calcifications, you can also take cilantro, apple cider vinegar with the mother, and raw cacao. Buy organic if possible, to avoid pollutants. Other pollutants are fluoride, which are usually used in tap water and toothpaste, plastics, where I recommend avoiding plastic bottles and stuff like that. Eat and drink from glass, for example. Aluminum from cookware and deodorants are also bad pollutants. Another strategy you can use to receive intuitions is fasting. If you fast, your body starts saving resources. Therefore, your mind will be less active and it will be easier to remove that interference I said earlier. Obviously, avoid starving. Again, research about stuff like intermittent fasting and make sure you know what you are doing instead of hurting yourself. I talked about resistance. There's even more layers of resistance left to talk about. Emotions are next. People throughout their lives may have repressed the emotions. They are running away from them because they hurt so bad, or because they feel the pain but never expressed it in some way. If they weren't expressed, then there's something blocking the way, and if they are blocked, that means they aren't flowing. So figure out a way to express your emotions. You can try journaling, you can punch your pillow, you can create art, such as music, poetry. You can also talk to someone. Find what fits you and you will find yourself more and more open. Bridging lack of emotional expression with the next topic is relevant. How many times did we hear something like, "Oh, please don't cry," or "Man, don't cry"? That's BS. These beliefs synergize very well with repressed emotions. So perhaps change your mindset and realize that that's just social conditioning. Feel free to cry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel. If you want, download these last seconds of the video and loop them. You will reprogram your mind towards allowing yourself to express emotions. In this case, most likely it's sadness. Speaking of reprogramming, there are subliminal audios and frequencies on YouTube that post content helping with this. You can research some creators and try. Your inner resistance also affects the effectiveness of these audios, but because that's a known problem, some creators took matters into their own hands and created fields that release layers of resistance, so that you can absorb the benefits of what you listen to. If you are in this path with other friends, you can help each other train your metaphorical intuitive muscles. Ask your friend to look at a picture. Then your friend asks you to tune in into your senses. You may receive intuitive guidance from many avenues, from thoughts to visualizations to taste, to hearing something, to smell, to sensing something in your skin. There are no rules here. Just ask yourself. Ask each of your sensorial organs if they are sensing something, one by one. You may get subtle clues. You may even try to tune in to the other person or to the picture directly. Of course you won't see it directly, but you get the point. Again, avoid using your mind, avoid thinking, just feel. Sometimes you may get symbolical clues. Itchy nose may relate to allergies, so the person may be staring at a flower, or a goose with feathers one could use to tickle you. Another type of exercise you can make is ask a friend to send you a photo with 4 different animals, for example. Then ask him to secretly pick one and to solely focus on that specific choice. Then you try to tune in to the answer. Some people are better at projecting things into the outside than others. Give it a try and see what you can do. Last but not least, you can ask your guides to give you assistance. They are there. You may just not know that consciously. Ask with faith. No expectations, no rush. Just ask. Trust they will help. Even if you don't notice any help in a matter of days, weeks, months, by releasing the resistance in all those other levels I referred earlier, may help towards this as well. So relax, take it easy. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you want more content. Remember to follow me on Twitter as Shadration. And have a nice day. Goodbye.